Yeah, it
So
gets
the
really.
solution is a united a united states of the world.
Well, that
That
has its
way
own
you
set of
would
problems.
eliminate the service of a military, and so the taxes
It doesn't
required
eliminate the serv.
less.
It doesn't eliminate the need for a military because it creates it make it. We're in that position already. We have global capitalism as the hegemonic system of the world. Okay. Um, Even the communist states, they participate in state capitalism. China participates in state capitalism. Even the Soviet Union participated in state capitalism. It's just the money that comes into the state. The question is, does that money belong to the people or does it belong to the bureaucrats who then get to decide how they want to live and then how they want to let the rest of the citizens or people in the territory that's under their control, how they're going to live. So you have this two clear tier system where if you're a government bureaucrat or let's say a scientist who might enable the increase of the power of your state, they would have one level of benefits. They'd live in the penthouses or the really nice flats versus everyone else who would live in either mud huts or the bottom floor and have the worst flats.
Your recent argument a minute ago was that we're already in like a global government, but it's state capitalism. But
well,
I
not a.
suggested that it wouldn't. That we wouldn't need a military.
But
The reason why
still.
we do need a military is because we have traditional state governments running around.
You still have a military though, because and here's the problem. And this isn't my argument, by the way. This is C.J. Hopkins's argument. He would say that global capitalism, or as another person has called it, Mr. Global. The reason why Mr. Global is on top right now and trying to order things to better secure Mr. Global's position is because, as Hopkins points out, when there is essentially one system driving the world, then all conflicts become internal conflicts. So the reason why you still have a military is to put down the dissidents, put down the insurgencies, which is why he introduces in his series of articles the war against populism, which he started in January 10, 2019, and he says started around, he marks it as beginning around the summer of 2016. So we'd be entering the 5th year this summer. The issue there then becomes, and we notice we've had a furthering militarized police state. The reason why you have to put down the dissidents is because you still have people of varying, let's say, winners and losers in that system. So you've got your winners who have their resources and assets that allow them to leverage those resources and assets, such as time and energy, to think about how to apply their stores of wealth in order to maintain and or grow their stores of wealth and power, which past a certain point of wealth, it just the wealth turns into power because and that's up to you. You've got the liberty to decide what to do with it. Well, everyone else.
So the dissidents would be societies or groups or tribes that are going to try something else, and so.
Well, they might want to live according to a more traditional cultural set of values versus the ultimate value of capitalism, which is value itself. So there is one penultimate overarching or foundational value of capitalism. It's why capitalism fits so easily, is because it's almost natural. And there are many forms of capitalism, and it's expressed in many different ways throughout various parts of the world. But the overarching end of capitalism is value itself. What do I mean by value itself? It means quality as high as you can get it for as low a price as you can pay for it. We all understand that, don't we? That's the end of
as high as you can get it, or
for
as low a price as you can get it.
right. Now, what we have here in the United States is we've essentially licked the material goods problem. You can purchase more or less anything at any degree of quality that you want that thing, from a $1 pair of earbuds to a $300 pair of over-the-ear headphones and everything in between. This is like an in-between.
Apple AirPod Pro.
Versus you go to Dollar Tree and you grab a set of earbuds off the shelf if you still have an audio port in your phone. Right? So every kind of price level, it's just easily accessible, right?
I got these at Wawa for $12, but
Sure.
they didn't come with a manual, and they were tied up like this. And so maybe you're supposed to charge it for only 2 or 3 hours, but I left it charging overnight, and now they don't turn on. Oh no!
Maybe there was a surge.
No, it turned on. Okay, maybe it's still working.
But that is the end of capitalism. Is to I mean, it's weird. All isms are ideologies, and they have pluses and minuses. There are pros and cons to each, but the idea is not to be entrapped by the ideology itself. Otherwise, you've become the slave to the ideology.
What did you just say? That sounds familiar.
All isms are ideologies, and you don't want to become trapped by the ideology. Otherwise, you've become a slave to the ideology itself.
Could that be applied to philosophies, our philosophies, our ideologies? Could we replace the word ideologies with belief systems? Belief systems? All philosophies are belief systems. All
worldviews. David was with us today.
Or worldviews are belief systems, and you don't want to become too attached to your worldview. Otherwise, you become a slave of it.
A slave to it.
Slave to it.
You wind up serving that system.
I have to remember that, and I think that's what the Buddha was trying to get his followers in his when they would ask him questions of metaphysical questions, and he wouldn't answer them. He didn't want people to get stuck in whether one should believe in this or that. He wanted to be none. In other words, that there was no absolute truth or a worldview that is the absolute truth to everything. He wanted to get away from that because, I guess, I don't know. I get the impression from early Buddhism. It changed with other newer Buddhisms.
Right. So that's roughly what the Buddha had said. What Jesus said was that the Sabbath was made for man. Man was not made for the Sabbath.
That sounds familiar too. So the Sabbath is the day of rest. We're not supposed to do anything but rest, and it's today. What are we doing? Working so hard, this meeting, thinking so much. That takes a lot of work. I think I've already burned out 5,000 calories this morning. I hardly exercise. Maybe I should go out and play tennis.
My favorite way of doing it is to walk and talk. I have never lost more weight than when I've walked and talked.
That's a great idea. That gives me a brilliant idea. My next meeting, I'm going to be walking with my phone on Zoom.
That's how John does it when he attends the Orlando Stoics. He's usually no video, just his voice, and he's walking around somewhere.
John. Is that John with a Jon or John?
John, who's also been a longtime member of Plato's Cave. Yes, that John.
Oh yes, I vaguely remember him.
Yeah. He's even been a
Yeah,
member at one time early off of the Central Florida Philosophy Group. But
yes, he's a
once,
good thinker, careful thinker.
yes, yeah, he studied at UCLA.
So I'm gonna try that next Saturday. I'm gonna just wear something athletic and start walking when I connect to Zoom, and then you and Luis will join me, and I'll show you the scenery as the sun is coming up.
There's a few people who've given talks on this. Are you familiar with how we actually lose weight physically? Do you know how we do it?
Hmm.
Great question, right?
Um, um, I would say uh, getting our metabolic set point down, something like that.
The physics of how we lose the weight, how we decrease in mass.
Ah, it's not as simple as calories in it equals calories out, or whatever, or a balance of calories burned versus calorie intake. So
Well, I mean,
more
there's
complicated.
the the chemistry is a bit more complex, but I mean, we are we're carbon-based life forms, right? I mean,
Hmm.
the greatest we're actually a mixture of hydrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and a bunch of other trace minerals. But the structure is carbon. From dust we were formed, and to dust we shall return. And then about 70% roughly, it varies a little bit between the genders and also the individuals, but about 70% of us are waters, so we're bags of mostly water. But the carbon portion, the way what makes up the after all the chemistry is done, what makes up our actual loss of weight, the way we lose physically the weight is by exhaling it.
Ah,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
start exhaling harder than I inhale.
Well, it still comes down to chemical processes, because you've got you're formed of long chains of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and various other materials. But the part of you that loses its weight is the carbon part, and the way you're losing the carbon part, besides clipping your fingernails and getting haircuts, which is minimal, is that with every exhale you're letting go some of your carbon. Yes. Don't don't
Wow,
pass out.
I got to 2,000.
Hey, good job.
Oh, 1,500.
I should try that. Now, when did you catch yours? It was in
Wow.
January? January of this year, correct?
I went to the hospital January 8th to the
Right.
18th, but
Right,
I
but you
probably caught it December 18th or so.
okay, so you had it then for like 3 weeks before you were
But
hospitalized
I had
for
it asymptomatically, and then I showed signs after Christmas, and then my mother and her caretaker that are with me when my sister was in Colombia, so it was just us three, and we didn't know what was going on. So I either I infected them or they infected me, but most likely I don't know.
so
But,
your
but
mother's
I
been
got the
through it.
worst symptoms.
Right. I got the worst symptoms in our family as well, probably because my diet was the worst. But
Because I tend to stay up late and on the computer all night, so I was
yeah,
not sleeping
these
well.
machines are going to be the early death of us, Hydro. We're supposed to be standing, not sitting, first of all. We're supposed to be moving our body throughout the day, not stuck to screens.
But I should get one that measures how much I exhale and, and yeah, I inhale and then I exhale it out on another machine. Or maybe there's a way to stick
Or there's another way to monitor. It's called using a scale periodically.
I weigh myself.
Yes. But keep moving and keep walking and talking. I found like I literally went to a public scale and I weighed myself, and then I spent 2 or 3 hours walking and talking, and then I went and weighed myself again. And what I lost like a third or a half of a pound just in 2 or 3 hours of walking and talking. It was ridiculous. I was like, wow, this really works.
But is there a scale that's sensitive enough to weigh? Well, I stand on it, weigh how much I inhale, and then weigh how much I exhale.
The volume of your lungs, that's not going to be what does it for you. It's actually the break that your metabolism is what plays the role. All I was talking about was the physical mechanism of how your body
It goes out
releases
to
the mass.
exhale.
Yeah, because it from your blood supply, because remember your circulatory system is carrying the oxygen, and it's also collecting the carbon from your cells that your cells don't need anymore, the waste, the input, the dust that you are producing, because our skin produces it, but also our cells, the internal cells. How do you think it's shedding its waste? It's letting them go through the um, lymphatic system, and also through partially through the blood supply. But the carbon wastes, the excess carbon that's no longer needed by our cells would be going through our blood supply, and then eventually it's going to be exhaled through our lungs, because we're taking in the oxygen, we're letting go of the carbon dioxide, which is 2 oxygens carrying away a carbon.
So in our Father, we should pray that we're forgiven. We exhale as much as we inhale, and lead us not into the temptation of keeping it all in, but letting it all go out. And that's how we lose our weight, through the Our Father prayer.
I would not have thought to apply that in that particular case, but I think it makes more sense, at least in my mind, in the idea of, let's get back to Henry George here, and the idea of making land common property. Because some say this is communism or that's socialism, but no, what he's saying is actually, it's back up, or it's the paragraph that you read with common property in the third from the bottom line on the right. There we go. The result of this investigation is to prove the preceding one, as it shows that nothing short of making land common property can permanently relieve poverty and check the tendency of wages to the starvation point. And when he was talking about wages going to the starvation point, he meant it, because when he published this in 1879, you had tenement houses and like 20 and 30 people living to a room, and even the children working in factories, and 12 and 16-hour days, and people barely being paid enough money just to live, just to be able to purchase the food that they needed to survive. It was really downright nasty.
In the U.S. or in
places
Europe?
like New York City.
And that was in what years?
19th century.
So
he published it in 1879. He first wrote our land and land policy in 1871 when he was living in San Francisco, which first gave you find the basis of his political economic philosophy in Our Land and Land Policy, the 1871 work. And then later he came back with Progress and Poverty, self-published that, because no one was, they thought it was great, but no one thought it would sell. And then because he was in publishing, someone came up with the idea, and he did the plates. So he produced the printing plates and sent out printers' copies to various groups. And then one of the publishers wrote, hey, you made the plates, so we don't have to make the investment to make the plates ourselves. And then they printed out a whole bunch of copies that went worldwide and became the, I think, second most popular book of the time, of that age, only outsold by the Bible. So, and it all across North America and Europe, and it influenced policies all around the world, from Australia to India to China to various countries in Europe, partially Great Britain. Um, Winston Churchill was a huge advocate, especially
Well,
in his earlier years.
at the time of this article, or at the time of his works, what and what he was seeing, what kind of
So,
uh,
right, the world that he was living in at this time.
what kind of taxation was being implemented to?
Well, first of all, there was no income tax because the income tax that was put in place to help pay for the Civil War while it was taking place, that was eliminated shortly after the war, and then it um, during the Reconstruction period, the way that the North recouped its costs for the war was basically charging the South. You had the carpetbaggers and all sorts of various schemes to do that, but we didn't have an income tax at the time of this writing. But what you did have, and what he noticed, because he came to work eventually at the he was living in San Francisco at the time. He was, in fact, let me pull up I think there's a wonderful thing, and if you'll allow me, meet up Orlando Thinkers discussion.
So by making land common property, it's inherent, or yeah, it means that common property would get taxed.
All right, so later on in that same chapter, he says you don't have to deny anyone their titles or their land. You just simply would take all of government's revenue seeking and place it into the single tax on the unimproved value of the land. So that if you have farmland, I think later through the United Labor Party, which was actually a labor party in 19th century America, United Labor Party, they ran George to be mayor of New York City. And I think also, was it Chicago as well? I forget. But the idea, one of the planks of their platform was that 50,000 acres of farmland would be equivalent to an acre of land in downtown Chicago. So taxes would be low for farmers, and it would be so much higher in the city because of the value of that land due to its location, its proximity, its buildup of civilization. What it is essentially is a direct tax upon civilization for the funding of the government services that support that civilization.
Oh.
Now, how that would play out in the case of the land that I currently rent here with my wife, that portion of the value that is the land would be the rent that I would pay to Orange County, since I live in Orange County. I don't live in the city of Orlando. And that would be the one tax, and then it'd be up to the county, because I'm in favor of the trickle up, let's say, model of revenue sharing. I'm much more a fan of the Articles, Perpetual Union, the Articles of Confederation, I am of the Constitution of the United States of America. But then the county would be the one group to which I pay my tax to, which would be my monthly rent for this plot of land. And that value is based upon the amount of civilization. So if it costs more, in other words, as the rents rise, that rise being a result of the cumulative effort of all the people, that would be considered the public fund. And whatever that rent amount is over the base amount. So let's say the person who bought this home with her husband back in the year 1981, 40 years ago, they would own the land. They, of course, own the building because they paid off their mortgage. I don't know if they bought it outright or had to draw a mortgage, but it's since been paid off, I assume. Uh, that part, which has been the increase over that 40-year period, that has been over the cost of the land, whatever that increase is, that is the draw of revenue for the public fund, for the government, in essence, to fund the government. And then, so what the way I would consider living in this place is, okay, so I pay the rent to Orange County, and I no longer have to deal with any sort of taxes for the rest of.
You don't pay the landowner, you pay Orange
Well,
County,
so I would pay the landowner the portion equivalent to what she paid. Now I could either pay her all one fee, and you can leave it up to the landowner to pay the portion of the increase of the value of the rent and send that over to Orange County government, which she pays.
you would have to, you and everyone in a Georgia system would pay a rent that say, let's say it's 10% of the market value of the land. Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not gonna say the exact amount, and I know other people who've listened to the idea. They would want it to be like 1/3 of 1% or something like that.
Oh,
I would say that really what it comes down to is paying for government as you go, not taking out loans, not creating massive public debts. And I would also say that it's based upon assessments. So, in other words, um, and I think for me, Georgism fits into a larger system. But I would say an appropriately sized government, which is to say a government that is appropriate for serving the functions that are best served by government. I don't know that everything, like for instance, if you concentrate all the decisions into a centralized source who thinks that they know all the answers, you're probably going to have a lot of negative externality in the form of people having to live with decisions that were made far away by people who didn't have all the facts to begin with, who were operating in a sort of regal or aristocratic or dictatorial, or if it's set to even just a collection of a few thousand people, still you're leaving it up to bureaucrats who don't have all the facts making your decisions for you from a faraway place. And it's you're just, there's no way to come up with outcomes that are going to be as good as the people who have to live with the consequences of those decisions. One moment,
wow.
my wife is calling me.
And my stomach is calling me to eat breakfast.
Right, I'm gonna share screen for just a moment, if I may, and
should I hit stop share?
There you go, and then let me see if it allows me. You're sharing screen. Do you see something on your screen?
My sharing.
Okay. Do you see on your screen a little story there?
Men like Henry George are rare.
Go ahead. I'll be back. I need to attend to my wife while you look into that. Specifically, there's a quote, second paragraph from the bottom, which explains to him how he came to understand how land is so, or understanding of land is so important. I'm placing myself on mute.
I asked a passing teamster for want of something better to say what land was worth there. He pointed to some cows grazing so far off that they looked like mice and said, I don't know exactly, but there is a man over there who will sell some land for $1,000 an acre. Like a flash, it came over me that there was the reason of advancing poverty with advancing wealth, advancing poverty with advancing wealth. With the growth of population, land grows in value and the man who worketh must pay more for the privilege. Hmm. With the growth of population, land grows in value. Hmm. Wait a minute. Is that true? What about the land of a farm? You have cows on it. Wouldn't that make it valuable? I guess you would have to go value per acre. Let's see, value per square foot. Hmm. I suppose if you live in the middle of downtown Manhattan, where if you live in the middle of downtown Manhattan, where you live on top of stacked on top of other people, the the concentration of value on that land per square foot is going to be a lot more than a piece of land where a bunch of cows are grazing, right? But it's still the land on the farm is valuable.
That's actually how, because Hong Kong.
You're done,
does
because I
that.
need to go.
I've got to go.
Bye.
We'll talk more later.
We
Okay,
only had three
Catch
and
you
a half
later.
hours.
thank you for
Bye-bye.
all this conversation on everything, and may our debts be canceled.
Well,
Apparently,
in time.
Wow, that was interesting. Yes, I have a lot of debts. And I wish that they be canceled. That perhaps in order for me to cancel them, I have to cancel the debts that I imagine others have. Perhaps that means cancel the assumptions I make about others, that may perhaps I am too demanding of others. I am demanding that they give me a place to live and demanding that they pay me for my services. Perhaps I charge too much. Perhaps my services aren't that valuable. So accumulating debt by not providing greater service. So the reason why I'm producing this content is in the hopes that I provide some value for others. So I hope this was valuable to someone out there. And if it was, perhaps you could, like they say in YouTube video lands, you could click the like button and perhaps subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be putting it on Wake Up and Think Clearly YouTube channel. Wake up and the letter N and think clearly. Wake up and think clearly. I wonder if I could write it. Yes, here. Maybe I could write it on here. If I could do this. Get an iPad. So, oh, we can use notes. Oh, pages. Pages. Or page. Pages. I hardly ever use this. Let's see. Let's see page. Scribble, write by hand with Apple Pencil, and it will automatically be converted to text. Oh, that's good. New report templates. Select from new templates to help you get started writing reports. web video. Play YouTube videos and videos right in your document. Wow. Okay. So let me create a new blank. Okay. Blank. Okay. Should I make it landscape or this blank one? Landscape. Here we go. And then I hope I have any. Let's see. So, blank landscape. All right. Oh, this is new work. Maybe I need to charge it. Okay, but good. So, how do I? How can I? What's this? What's this? Here, edit, edit. So camera drawing. Oh man. Is this? Oh no, this is Apple technology. It's like, oh, look right. It looks like it uses USB-C. Oh, see? It fit. It should be charging. Yeah, it's charging. Let's see if it's right. Maybe I have to select a tool. Nothing selected. Good. Drawing. Oh, it's down here. Oh, you know what? I should join. I should join with Zoom on my iPad. I need to join. 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 Okay. Continue. So I'm going to share screen. Oh no. Not broadcasting. Start. I'm coming. Invite. No, but I went. Oh. Okay, switch it. Okay, switch it. So I select. Sure. Tap anywhere to add a drawing. Use tap anywhere to add a drawing. Use it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't get it. I'm trying to write on this. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Is there a button on here? Try that. There's no scrolling apps thing. Or maybe I put them in the root. maybe I put them in the green. Productivity is done. Productivity is done. Photos. Shots. Photos. Shots. Kids. Where? Oh, holy shit. Holy shit. Standard sticky. Standard sticky. Oh, my finger works. Oh, my finger works. My finger works. This doesn't. This doesn't. Oh, maybe I have to do something. Oh, maybe I have to do something. Oh, what did I have to do? Oh, what did I have to do? Type something? Type something? How do I use it? How do I use it? Maybe I have to click on, maybe I have to volume button on volume button. No. 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 Bam. No. Bam. I do use this. No. I do use this. Doesn't have a button. Doesn't have a button. I've used it before, but I forget. I've used it before, but I forget. Maybe I have to enable something. Maybe I have to enable something. Learn how to use. Learn how to use in the those in the my settings. Oh, baby, my settings. Oh, baby. Mhm, mhm. What? What? You know. You know. No. Okay. No. Okay. Here it comes. Oh man. Here it comes. Oh man. I mean, I mean, mute. I mean, mute. Let's see. Let's see. So, so I'm in notes. I'm in notes. Yeah, I guess notes is not it either. Yeah, I guess notes is not it either. Let's go back to the. Let's go back to the. Hulu, Netflix, Hulu, Netflix. Let's see. Let's see. And that background is what I drew along. That background is what I drew along. Let's see where. Let's see where. Setting. This is part of the setting. This is part of the form. This is where it's my form. And let's see how I can get to more setting. Let's see how I can get to more setting. I'm iPad. iPad. No, hit their settings. No, hit their settings. Hold on, try to get it up. Hold on, try to get it up. I go to the right. I go to the right. It's nothing there. It's nothing there. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Apple pen. Apple pencil. Pen. Apple pencil. Scribble. Scribble. I gotta use scribble. I gotta use scribble. Scribble. Let's see. Let's see. Baby sketch. Baby sketch. Maybe I have to wait until this gets chalk. Maybe I have to wait until this gets chalk. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, this more. Yeah, this more. Format. Format. Fitting. Fitting. Maybe I should go to maybe I should go to a website. How, to a website. How to turn on. How to turn on. How to turn on. Turn on. Pencil. I don't have a real pencil. I don't have a real pencil. This is a nice to pair. How to connect Apple Pencil to your iPad. How to connect Apple Pencil to your iPad. Maybe that's what I mean. Maybe that's what I mean. Tap, pair, or connect. Tap, pair, or connect. No, maybe I have to connect it through Bluetooth. No, maybe I have to connect it through Bluetooth. Now I'm in Bluetooth setting. Bluetooth on. Shit. Oh, it's weird. Oh, here. Other device. What is not a Bluetooth? How do I go back? Apple Pencil. Right, I saw something. How to connect. Yeah. Hmm. Restart your iPad. I guess this connects differently. Hmm. This must be Bluetooth. Go back to Bluetooth. Other devices. Yeah, see it. Maybe I have to turn it off. Then turn it back on. Other devices. If this is Bluetooth, it's not showing up. Maybe I have to unplug it. I'm gonna have to go to let's see. I know where I can go, I think. Go there. I'm gonna close this. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, now I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm gonna find the name of this pen. So, oh, how come it's oh, hmm. Let's see, search orders. Oh, Apple. No. This is a knockoff of the Apple Pencil. It's a pencil for iPad. Oh shit! Purchased 2 times. Pencil for iPad. This is pencil is compatible. Shit, where's that coming from? To lower the volume. Okay. Okay. Pencil for iPad. Go back to Zoom. See what I'm showing on Zoom. I guess I'm out of sharing. Okay, so easy to use. No need to install Bluetooth. Just turn on this active digital pen by simply double touching the cap button. So if I just try it. Double tapping. Let's see if it works. All right. I double tapped on this. Now let's see. I'm gonna switch over to Zoom so you can see. I guess I'm there already. Yeah. So now writing, right? Also now I can go over to Zoom. Let's see, that's this one. There, I'm on Zoom with my iPad, so I can share content. And which one should I use? I got to use screen. How come this shows up? This is weird. Can you see? I'm like, so I think I got it to work by hitting start broadcast. Then I start counting down. I don't know where it does that. We are sharing. So now what? Okay. So how do I switch to? Okay, so I'm on Adobe. So how do I undo this? Okay. So here's. So what was I gonna write? Ah. Oh. Let's see. No. About this. Okay. So I'm gonna write. See, look better this way. Okay, so I was gonna write wake up and think clearly. Yeah, so that's the name of the channel. Wake up and think clearly, right? How do I change color? Oh, you can change the thickness. Holy shit. Maybe there's a way to change color. Okay. I don't know. Shit. Hmm. This is weird. There's gotta be a way to change color. No. I can't figure out how to learn how to use Photoshop Sketch. I don't know how to use that. Oh, okay. All right, nice. Wow, starting project. Sketch with a choosing question. Oh. Long press and brush. Tap the graphic, drag or drop. Over this nice control. Tap color and pick from built-in color schemes. I don't see. Hmm? Maybe this is the let's figure it out. Oh, let's see if I can figure this out. Well, whoa, look at this. Let's see. Oh, oh, erasure. So that's pages, right? How convert it to text? Damn. Pencil settings. We have to turn this off. Doesn't convert it. We have to use a special pen for that. It's really hello. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's a special. Select the special pen. Let's see. I close this. Now go back to this. And I want to wake up and think clearly. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. What happened? That doesn't right. Oh, I have to select this one. No. Yeah, no, I can't even write. Oh, yeah. Wow. It's only writing on there. There we go. Wake up and think clearly. But how do I change the color? I'm getting warm. Ink pen. Oh, there's the color. Of course. Wake up and think clearly. So, how do you find us? On YouTube, you type in wake up. Oh, wake up and think. Oops, clearly. On YouTube. Let's see. No, it's where I was. So on YouTube, let's see, how do I undo? Yeah, there's no undo. There's no tools. How do I come up with the tools? Where's the toolbox? Here? Something? There's gotta be a toolbox. Turn. There's that. You can select this one. So I know what. I don't know how to undo. Oh, there's the undo. Oh shit. Oh, how do I? Can you hear me? Yeah. Hey, how come it sounds like that? Is this hooked up to this? Or my Zoom? Let's see what speakers same as system. And what is system set for? Oh, the Sumi Pro Buds. Where is that? Yeah, where's my Zoomy Pro Buds? Yeah. Zoomy Pro Buds. They're here somewhere. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, they're in here. Hear them. Hey, hey. No. Hang. Oh, shit. Hey. No. And how come Zoomy's connected? I hear something. Where is it coming from? I don't know. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. It's not this one. Hey. It's not this one. Hey. Hey. What's my iPad? Hey. Wait, what's my iPad? Hello? How come? Hey. Hello? Oh, what happened to my? Okay. Same as system. Oh, what about? Oh, like this. Hello? I don't know. Audio settings. Test speaker and mic. Ah. Hello? So what is system? Not microphone. Microphone. Yes. Doesn't show me which microphone I'm using. Well, on Zoom it says which one I'm using, and I'm able to change what microphone I use. I can go, and I don't see this one, but unless it's micrófonos integrados. There's the sound. Hello? What about this? Wait. Zoom. It's muted. But what I wanted to do is use pages, maybe? How do I? What's new in pages? Edit. Oh, wow. I want to write, wait. Oh, shit. What happened? No. I want to go back to Apple Pencil. No. What's this do? No. What's this do? Drawing. That pulls up that. So if I select this guy, I can scribble. I can type wake up, wake rep. How come? How come? Shit. Now I went back to. Shit, come on, wait. Edit. Well, where's that coming from? Hey! Hey. I can increase the volume on this. Hello? Hello? How come it's at max? Oh, let's see. So I want to use, oh, okay. Same as system. Maybe it will switch to, let's see, test speak. Damn, how come? Oh, wow. Let's see. Ah, it's weird. Hello? Wait a minute. Hello? Uh, how come the speaker's not working? It is working, but not on test speaker microphone. Let's see. Do you hear it? Hey. No. Hello.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. How come I don't hear it on over here? Speaker. Try that. Nothing. See, I like this speaker. Try that. No, something's wrong. I got kicked out of screen share. Looks like it. Try to screen share again. I don't know. Start. Okay. Screen sharing. Did you see that? Look different. Okay, so how do I switch over to? What's this do? I go like this. No. How do I? Oh, I double tap maybe. Right? Right. Shit. Why does it do that? Now maybe I have to do it in here. Shit. Oh, I think I know what. See, delete. Okay, so what I have to do maybe go back. So what I have to do is hit add and hit a drawing, and I have to draw inside this area, that yellow square inside it. So I go like this. Shit. As soon as I hey, this is weird. Drawing. So I can draw. Oh, maybe I don't need the drawing. That's the problem. So I can delete that, right? Now, how do I delete that? It's gone. Okay, so this is normally for typing in. That's why the keyboard came up. It's very similar to Microsoft's, right? I think. What's that line for there for? the where it's going to write. Also can select the size. Okay. So I can type in wake up and think clearly or write it like, oh shit. No, it won't let me. So I have to go like, actually I have to go like this and hit drawing. But then slide it down and hit this and then wake up and think clearly. Okay, so wake up and think clearly. .com. No, I do have a site, a website. Wake up and think clearly. But I forgot what. It's not com. It's something else. I think. Wait a minute. I'll have to check. Maybe I could check over here. Oh, I wonder if I can have two screens shared. Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't share. So that means I have to do it here, right? So I think I have a website. Wake. Wake. Or maybe I have to. Maybe I have to save it. I don't think it's a .com. No. So what is it then? I forget. Wakeup.us? I forget what it was. Wakeup.org? Wake up and think clearly. Site? No. Wake up and think clearly. What is it? Wake up and think clearly. Ah. I have to look for a website or a video where I announce it. Maybe let's see if I'm still sharing this, right? Yeah, they can type in tinyurl.com. Wake up. Think clearly. YouTube. 2020 no 0830 no 0829 yeah there it is. Wake up and think clearly.org. But I don't know if I have it reserved. I need to reserve it. Wake up and think clearly.org. So I better reserve it. Okay, I'll do that later. So I learned something today, but you can find my videos on Wake Up and Think Clearly. Let's see. So you can go here and type. Here's what you type. You type tiny URL. I like to use that one. I'm going to start using another one that's even shorter. Let's see. tinyurl.com. Wake up. Yeah, like this one, but you take away the date time. Well, the date. There it is. There's the channel. Wake up and think clearly. Wake up and think clearly. And these are my videos. From the latest on down. Oh, excuse me. I should put the date on the titles. But this says how many weeks ago. Like this one's a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 5 months ago. How far? 6 months ago, 7 months ago. That's all I have? I think so. I think that's it because there's not a next page. So the oldest one is 7 months ago. Why do we need to wake up? Yeah.
Culture. I haven't heard that expression.
You've never heard that?
No, cancel, like cancellation.
Yeah, like canceling somebody out. Like somebody's got a.
That was
What those
July
frameworks
11th.
do is block out the things that don't apply.
Well, no,
Mike M in Chicago.
well, I have that too, but
David Norton. Those were great meetings. Okay. And Rami.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
There we
what you mean.
go. So
They talk about the controversy
get
instead
out
of
of-
fixing.
of
that other
sharing
Goya
the
is the
screen.
painter. Well, he was a
How do I stop sharing? There it is. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this. There might be a way to type in over here. Live on Facebook. How do you do that? Live on YouTube. How do I do that? I haven't done that before. I should show what it looks like. I'm gonna switch cameras. So live on YouTube. So I need to go this way, right? That's where my account is. And choose it to continue to Zoom. Conecta. Conecta en vivo. Oh, wow. This first time I've done this. I hope it lets me. Maybe it won't. Let's see if it does. I'm going to connect through YouTube, right? Let's see if it lets me. Wonder what it's going to be like. There it is. Live on YouTube. Hello. Oh, hey. Hello, friends. kind of delayed.
I'm going to connect through YouTube, right?
Did you hear that?
Let's see if it lets me.
So I connected to YouTube, but it's delayed a bit. Let's see how long it takes. I'm gonna count. Starting now. Oh, I forget to count.
Hello, friends.
Now. One.
Kind of delayed YouTube, right? I connected to YouTube, but it's delayed. See how long it takes.
Oh, it's pretty delayed. It's like 20 seconds delayed or something. Okay. Whoa. Silence.
Well, it's pretty delayed. It's like 20 seconds delayed.
Okay. Whoa. Silence. Wow. It's about 30 seconds. Delay. Good, I'm getting recorded to Zoom. So that's kind of good. And I can type in comments. Hello. So I typed in, wow, it's about 30 comments just now. Like that. I typed it in here. Let's see if I can show you. I hit enter. So the comments are like 30 seconds is slow. Whoa. Look, I'm gonna raise my hands. One comment. Enter. 17. The comments are like 30 seconds. No. Look, I'm gonna raise my hand. 28 seconds. Yeah, that. I should use a timer. Let's see, where's a timer? Where's the clocks? Shit, how do I count up? Add a new timer. How do you time? Add a new timer. See. Start. Shit. Oh. How do you get it to time? Oh, stopwatch. That's what I need. I was thinking countdown. Stopwatch. Okay. Ready? I'm gonna raise my hands and click play. So it's running. There it is. So it's been 13 seconds since I raised my hand. Oh, stopwatch. Oh, since I started the timer. So I'm gonna stop it when I raise my hand. Okay. That's when I raise my hand. So it's 33 seconds. Wow. That's interesting. It's been 13 seconds since I raised my hand. Oh, I pause. I can pause. Oh, since I started the timer. I paused, so the delay is going to be even worse, right? Okay. So it's 33 seconds. Wow, so this is going to save me a lot of time in having to upload it. And it can go on live. But the people can only chat, right? They would have to join Zoom. I paused, so the delay is going to be even worse. But there might be a way to make it continue faster. Well, I learned a lot today. Hope this benefits somebody. Well, it benefited only me. And I wish this would benefit others more. I have to work on it. Thank you for, if you found this beneficial, I thank you. And I hope you come back. And maybe you could join us in Zoom. The Zoom ID is 407-486-8642. That's 407. That's the area code. 486. Hope this benefits somebody. 8642. Those are the numbers going down. They're all even numbers except for the 7. 8642. Okay. That's the Zoom ID. For that, when you want to join, and the meeting is every Saturday morning from 7 to whenever. This one has gone overtime. And I haven't eaten breakfast. Okay. So I'm going to sign off. So it's every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time with the Zoom ID 407-486-8642. Thank you. See you then. Bye. This one has gone overtime. Oh, I haven't signed out completely yet. I have to go over here. Oh, there's another. Oh, that's this one over here. Every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. I had one running over here. Turn it on. Hey. Okay. I haven't signed out. Shit. Where's my Zoom? There it is. Oh, it's delayed. Oh, here it is. Here I am. I'm gonna sign out now. Thanks for watching. I'm just learning. But